what's up? It's your boy David Lucas, and we fishing with David Lucas, Roseanne, and Pauly Short. And he got Phase on Love on the camera.
What's up, bro?
And Roseanne, we gotta put Roseanne in here too.
Say what's up.
Hey, hi.
How you doing? Where you guys at?
We're on the lake in Austin. Got it.
Oh wow.
Yep.
We're doing Joe's Club in Austin.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, I'm out.
Your skin is so close. It reminds me of those videos where they're picking everybody's blackheads. Have you seen that? Your face is so close. It's like when they're cleaning the pores out of people.
Hilarious.
All right, buddy. Love you. Bye.
So Roseanne told me a lot of interesting facts about you, Pauly. And we just talking about them right now. So Sam Kinison took you to school high on cocaine?
I mean...
That was Dice, wasn't it?
Oh, Andrew
That
Dice.
was Alan Stevens.
Oh, it was Alan?
Yeah.
Oh,
Alan.
shit. I didn't know it was Alan.
No, I met Roseanne. It was probably in the mid '80s.
Yep, it was.
It was
for
the
sure.
mid '80s.
For sure.
And my mom fell in love with her.
Yes, she did.
She just attacked. My mom attacked you.
Your mom loved
She just
me. She
fucking,
changed my whole life.
She just attacked you.
She loved me,
You
and
know,
I loved her.
there wasn't a lot of women that my mom, attacked, and every time she would see and squeeze her face. And
that's where you get that from.
Yeah, and they would hang out in the hallway there, and they would just giggle. I just remember them giggling all the time.
That's dope.
And Pauly, I was telling him how all the comics raised you.
Yeah.
All the comedians babysitted you all the time.
Well, it was pretty much. I mean, it was Lois Bromfield was the real.
Yeah.
And then Jack Perdue, and then Mike Binder and Argus and Michael Rapport, and I don't know, it was, Ollie Joe Prater, all those fucking people. What's funny is a lot of the comics that babysat me were the ones that never made it. It's the ones that made it that we say babysat me, but they never really babysat.
That's funny.
Yeah, and that's why they never made it, because they got stuck babysitting me.
Who was your favorite babysitter?
Jack Perdue. It's hilarious.
I don't think I ever saw him.
Yeah, Jack Perdue. He's a good guy.
Well, tell about Alan taking you to school.
Alan Stevens. He was a great comic, really good friend, and great host, and my mom's kind of right-hand man. And he would, drive me from the Westwood Comedy Store to the Sunset Comedy Store after I'd feed the comedians in the kitchen and stuff. Look at this. That's pretty cool.
That is cool. Look at that.
These guys got a good life out here.
Yeah, they do.
All right.
Yeah, but they're not like us.
No, they're
Their
not.
minds are just. Our minds are like round little balls.
They're not bipolar.
No, our minds are like.
You're right. They're not crazy as hell.
Minds are fucked up. I mean, our minds together are like sausage.
True.
Seriously.
Yeah.
These
true.
people that are on these boats, they got. I mean, I don't want to judge. You don't know who they are, but I assume
You can judge them.
Okay. So
You can tell.
they don't got a lot going on in their, between the two.
No, they don't have the war going on.
No. Right.
You can tell that because they're doing something physical.
That's
Right. Hey, Pauly, when did the Westwood Comedy Store close?
That was probably the mid '80s.
And why did it close? It wasn't doing good?
No, it was doing good. It was just. I guess she was. I don't know. She moved over to Vegas, and then she. I guess just. Maybe it was a lease problem or something. Maybe it was some lease with the land or something. But it was, I don't want to say it was the bastard Comedy Store, but it was, the place that, you went straight to the main room.
Yeah, I did.
You probably never even worked Westwood.
I never worked Westwood.
Yeah,
no.
she showed up. She showed up. Developed at the store. Macaulay came to see her, who ran the Tonight Show.
2 weeks later.
2 weeks later, after she shows up.
Yeah.
That's how it was back then.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was there was a there was a rhythm on how everyone, if you made it, there was a rhythm on how everyone made it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It was the 6 minutes on Carson, and then it was develop that into a TV show.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
you get your TV show.
Yep.
And she, and she ran with that shit on ABC, right? Yeah, for so many years. How many years was it?
9, and then
It's
I
a
came
lot
back
of
for
fucking
10.
years. Yeah, you came,
Yeah,
right.
I came back for 10.
Yeah.
But I only ever wanted to do 10, so I got what I wanted,
Yeah, but either way, you had a great run. I mean,
I loved it.
sitcoms can't last 50 million years. I mean,
No.
Well, The Simpsons has been on
Yeah, but they're not
20-some
real.
years. I know,
I'm
but
talking about human
Jesus.
beings.
Yeah.
I mean, you got
The
married with children.
Kardashian has been on 16 years. It's not
That's
funny,
true.
though.
But that's reality. People like to see drama and bullshit.
Yeah. But sitcoms, they're not that great anymore.
No. And then these phones have taken over,
Yeah.
and now everyone's famous, and people
Right.
are looking at their they'll watch a show, but then they're also looking at their phone.
Well, there's a lot of funny people on the internet and
Yeah.
TikTok and shit.
Yeah.
This reminds me of that Joe Franklin show.
Which one?
Or that old guy and it has all the old people on it.
Joe.
We're talking about the old times.
Yeah.
We're old.
How
I'm way older than you, though.
We're over though the
Age limit.
Age limit. Yeah.
how long did the Vegas Comedy Store stay open?
Like 6-7 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That
so
was
like
a big deal for her.
That was a
Really?
huge
Big
deal for
deal
me.
for
I got to work Vegas. That was so awesome.
And she got to work with her peers.
I did.
So she would do shows with, obviously all Dice and
Yeah.
Tamayo.
Right,
and, you know what I
right.
mean?
Sam.
so is that kind of like what the La Jolla Comedy Store is now? Like what the Westwood one used to be?
No. Vegas was Vegas. It was big.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like you said, the Westwood was the bastard one.
Yeah.
So you kind of go there, develop, then come to the main room at the.
As far as what,
Like
So-
he's saying, you went there and then to the main room.
yeah. Well, yeah, if she liked you, she'd stick you in Westwood, and then you'd develop there, and then you'd get some spots, in the OR at the store, and then once in a while that she'd pop you up in the main room.
Nice.
She really knew what people needed to work and
Yeah.
how to work them.
Because this thing called stand-up, it doesn't happen like that for most people.
Right, right.
And especially when you're.
Like I heard a story about Sebastian Maniscalco. Like coming up, people thought he was horrible,
Yeah.
and now he's like one of the best.
Yeah. Yeah, he was actually in my sister's
Something just
stand-up
clicked.
class.
Really?
Yeah, well, with Sandy, you remember?
She taught a class, I remember.
she taught her stand-up. And she even wrote a book called Secrets of Stand-Up.
Mm-hmm.
And Sebastian was one of her students.
Wow.
Yeah. Sebastian, there was a couple other people that made it that were one of her students because, Erik Griffin was one of her students.
Oh,
as
nice.
well, yeah. So, because, when you're young and you're off the road and you're like a kid and you're coming to the store, you don't know. And you're like, oh shit, there's a comedy class taught by, Mitzi Shore's, daughter.
Right.
Pauly's, at the time I was known. Pauly Shore's sister, like, oh yeah, that if I'm gonna learn stand up, I'm gonna go there. And the classes were in the belly room, and the OR. So she would every week have those classes, and
Nice.
Sebastian started with her.
He's huge. He's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah,
I like the way he
Madison's
works a joke too. It's unique.
great.
It's unique.
I think Dice is a little sour about Sebastian. I think because of his cadence. Because if you listen to Sebastian's cadence, it's very Dice.
There is some dice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
The way he moves on the stage has got some dice in it too.
Absolutely.
But I don't think he could follow dice. I know he couldn't.
No, but it's.
But dice could follow him.
Yeah.
But Dice made a ton of money. How long was Dice's run?
5-10 years,
Mm-hmm.
right? But then he had another run in the last 5-10 years with, he started grading acting roles and stuff like that. What about you? Have you ever thought about that, like doing something dramatic like Robin did, or?
Yeah,
something?
I mean, I just
you would be great.
flew off everything.
But even Louis Anderson, you know, he did.
I know. I loved him as the
yeah,
mom.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
But
you
would
got
be
Emmys.
great at that, you know, like doing something, because so many comedians, they want to do drama. You know, did you ever want to do drama?
I did, you know, and you know, all that, but you know, I gave up. I thought when I was old I'd get Ruth Gordon roles, you know. Remember Ruth Gordon?
You could still do roles. I mean, you'd be surprised, you know what I mean, if you put that energy.
But I don't want to drink any baby blood, so it's probably not going to happen.
You're so funny. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but in a chewable tablet and at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive a prescription within days. The best part? It's all done online, so no visit to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in the line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a secret package. Does it work? Come on, man. Trust me, bro. I use Blue Chew. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use promo code DAVID at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code DAVID to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Yeah. How much of your show was acting, Roseanne, or was just all you?
Well, it was me acting, like when you tell a joke, you're acting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So it was that. And then I did some acting in there.
Yeah.
You know, I did some acting. I did some serious moments.
I feel like the reason we don't have sitcoms like yours anymore is because now there's nobody taking a comedian and saying, let me create a show around you. It's more so we got the show created. Yeah. And then you just stick a face that you enjoy in it.
Yeah, that's what they do, because I think that's a lot because of me, you know. And Ray Romano, so they were kind of like, hey, no, they asked for too much money. It's like, you know, they think they're the talent.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they're that fucking stupid.
Right.
You know, they're like, they're Ray Romano, he's a dime a dozen. Roseanne, she's a dime a dozen. Guys like us, we're once in a lifetime.
True.
That's how I think.
Yeah, there's no other female comedian that can compare to you.
No.
Well, thank you very much.
None at all.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you know, I don't think there's any men either, but thank you guys. But
of course, you know you're the best.
I do. It's so funny. I'm my biggest fan. I see that with my granddaughter. When I make a video of her, she can't wait to watch herself back like how I always was, my biggest fan.
Yeah.
And I think every comic's like that with their self.
Absolutely.
You've got to be that way.
Of course.
You've got to think you're funny or it ain't going to work.
I hate hearing myself, but I love watching myself.
And then what about your Fox special? I saw that a lot recently. How was that? Did you love the experience? Tell me how that whole experience came about. I mean, obviously you know your show.
Yeah.
Whatever happened with your show,
yeah.
and you know, with saying whatever you said, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And then you're like, fuck that. And then Fox came to you and said,
yeah. And
so
they gave me some money.
How did that? Because there's another like you started that. You kind of started that process, and now there's Fox Nation is doing more stand-ups.
Yeah, I was their premier flagship stand-up.
So what?
And now they're doing some other ones. I loved doing it. I loved writing the jokes and working them here in Austin, you know, at Joe's Club.
Nice.
And filming it here in Texas. And, you know, I feel like I slew all the sacred cows that were held sacred in the media. And so I feel good about it, you know.
So how did that come about? Did you call Fox or did
they called me.
They just randomly called you out
Well,
of
they
nowhere.
called my agent.
Yeah.
Or he called them, I can't remember which.
Yeah.
But he had
and they said,
been working with them anyway. for other people.
And they said, oh, we want to do a
They
1
said
hour
they want to be in the
stand-up space.
Roseanne business.
Got it.
Oh, wow.
So I said, I'm not giving no free blowjobs.
Right.
You're going to have to pay me.
Right.
And so they did. And they were very nice, and I'm glad it's done. And I talked to Louis C.K. and he's like, you know what, just do your own thing and put it on your own thing, and that's what I think I'm going to do now. So I won't have anybody tell me you can't say that. I got over the fear. That special was great for me to come back to the stage, and it made me real brave to want to say even more, and I want to own it like Louis C.K. does,
Yeah, you felt like in a safe space. Right?
Yeah, it was being back at home.
Yeah, so I think what Louis C.K. has said is correct. I think that we all need to move to that space. David, you as well.
Yeah.
You can't think about Netflix.
On your own.
Right.
You can't think about Hulu, Amazon. I'm not saying tell them you don't want to party with them.
Right.
I'm just saying focus on, your own Instagram, your own TikTok.
Louis C.K. says he's make as much money as anybody would pay him. It just takes a little bit longer. But, he ends up owning it. And that's worth it all to us.
That is worth
We want to own our own work, and nobody will let us,
Because look at Schultz is a good friend of mine. You know Andrew Schultz? Mm-hmm. And it was a Netflix gave him that money, and then they wanted him to take jokes out, and he's like, no. And then he had to buy it back from Netflix, and then he just ended up putting it on YouTube.
Yeah, they're always going to mess with you because they think that's their job. And like I said, they don't know what's funny, so of course that puts them in the position to tell you what's not funny.
Yeah, that's like with the Writers Guild strike. How we're saying, like, Suits cannot be funny.
No. And they don't know what's funny either.
They don't know what's funny.
So, but of course that makes them an expert. Like they also, I don't know if they go to musicians and say, I don't like that note. I don't think they have the balls to do that, but
the labels probably do. But
probably.
The internet has been a great thing for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
As far as expression. Because sometimes it's not about the money.
Right.
Sometimes it's more about, just being free.
Yes.
And,
it's never about the money.
Yeah,
That's the plus. It's always about saying your piece, right? Talking truth to power.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, of course.
Otherwise, what are we fucking doing it for? Or just chronic masturbation?
Yeah.
We can do that at home.
Pretty much.
So Rosie,
know that.
Rosie and Pauly, y'all ready to go eat? Rosie got to get a nap before the show.
Yeah, Rosie got it. She's so old, Pauly.
You got to stop smoking those fucking cigarettes.
I'm not smoking. What are you lying for, Pauly? You liar.
Anyways, I've known you my whole life. You got to stop smoking the cigarettes.
I know.
You know what you should do? You should fucking get in the steam room. You get in
I know
the
you told me that.
massages.
I know.
You got to do that shit, dude. You got to get. You're fucking Roseanne, dude. What's your last name?
Sure.
Oh yeah, sure. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's your fountain of youth.
Well, I'm getting the stem cells Monday, so I told my son I'm going to quit smoking by next Monday.
You don't have a choice.
I know.
You have to.
Get you a vape.
I know.
It's too gnarly.
No, I'm going to quit everything.
Yeah. All right,
except ketamine.
All right, let's see you at the barbecue.
All right.
Let's go
Let's go eat.